So let's now proceed with the third problem. Manual company receive an invoice for 24,120 dated January 22 with terms 315, 130, and 60. Then the first question is, if the invoice is paid on January 31, how much is to be paid? Letter B, if the invoice is paid on February 20, how much is to be paid? And for letter C, if the invoice is paid on March 22, how much is to be paid? So let's now identify the given values first. So analyzing the problem, we have the first value as 24,120. So gaya ng sabi ko kanina, since on the given problem, ang sabi, manual company received an invoice for 24,120. Meaning to say, this 24,120 is written in your invoice. Ano ulit yung invoice? Resibo or receipt. So, meaning to say, 24,000 is the net price. Kasi siya yung original price dahil siya yung nakasulat sa resibo mo. Next, we have January 22 and that is the invoice date. Paano ko nalaman na invoice date yung January 22? You can write January as Jan, then dot. Pero dahil masipag ako, sulat natin January 22. Then this is your invoice date. Paano nalaman na invoice date? Kasi matalino ako. Char. So, January 22 daw, dated. Ayan. Dated January 22. Ano pa din ang tinutukoy niya? Yung date daw na nakasulat sa invoice. That's why January 22 becomes the invoice date. Next, with the terms 315, 130, and 60. Ma'am, pwede ba lang tatlo yon? Yes, pwedeng tatlo. Depende sa given na problem. So, 3, 15, 130, and 60. Kahit dumami pa siya, terms na lang, it doesn't matter. The same pa din yung meaning niya na yung number on the left side of the slash is the discount rate and the number on the right side of the slash is the number of days na starting January 22, after 15 days or within 15 days, bibigyan kita ng or bibigyan ka ng manufacturer ng 3% na discount. Ngayon, within 30 days naman na after 15 days, di syempre yung 20 days onwards hanggang makarating tayo ng 30 days, bibigyan ka naman nila ng 1%. And then, lumagpas ka na ng 30 days, hindi ka na nila bibigyan ng discount and you have to pay after 60 days. Yun lang yung ibig sabihin ng 315, 130, and 60. Next, we have to, next step is yung find. We have to identify the find. So, based on the three problems, iisa lang naman yung kinukuha nila. Ang question lang is how much is to be paid. So, meaning to say, we're looking for the amount payable still. Kasi magkano yung babayaran given this date. So, we already have the given values. We already identified the find. So, let's now proceed with the solution. So, for letter A, we have to get the amount payable if it is paid on January 31. So, we have to identify first what discount rate are we going to use if we will pay on January 31. Kasi diba, going back, we have terms na 315, 130, and 60. So, if daw nagbayad ka within 15 days, bibigyan ka ng 3%. Pag nagbayad ka within 30 days, bibigyan ka ng 1%. Tapos, pagka nagbayad ka ng lagpas ng 30 days and within 16 days, wala ng discount, pero ang due date niya is after 60 days. And then, we also need the invoice date na January 22. So, we just have to identify kung ilang days ba yung lumipas from January 22, which is the invoice date, up to the January 31, which is yung magbabayad na siya. So, paano natin malalaman yun? Then, syempre, we have to count. How many days from January 22 to January 31? So, we have 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So, meaning to say, January 31 is the 9th day from January 22. And this 9th day or January 31 is within 15 days. So, meaning to say, they will give you a 3% discount if you will pay on January 31. So, going back to the formula for the amount payable, we have the net price multiplied by the quantity of 1 minus D sub R. If you'll ask me, ma'am, do we have to write the formula for the amount payable all over again? No need po. You can directly substitute the values for N sub P and D sub R. So, for the net price, we have 24,120 multiplied by 1 minus yung discount rate natin is, the discount rate that you will use is the 3% since January 31 is within 15 days from the invoice date. So, 3% is in decimal. You move 2 decimal places, we will have 0.03. So, you may directly solve this in your calculator by simply writing 24,120 open parentheses 1 minus 0.03 close parentheses then equal sign. If naka fraction, you have to look for S to D or yung F to D. Then press it, then we'll have the value as 23,396.4. Or, if you want a step-by-step solution of this one, you have to simplify the term inside the parentheses first. So, 1 minus 0.03, the answer is 0.97. So, let's just copy 24,120 multiplied by 0.97. Multiplying this two, we will come up with 24,120 times 0.97 will have 23,396.4. So, yon. Discretion ninyo if you want to write the step-by-step solution for this one, or you can directly write the answer as 23,396.4. If you have any problems regarding inputting values in your calculator, you can just send a direct message to me and I will help you. Kasi I don't have a lot of calculators at home and I don't have a lot of models of calculators at home. So, I cannot discuss how are you going to input or how are you going to type your numbers in your calculator given this kind of model. So, chat nyo na lang ako if you cannot follow. So, this is for letter A. So, again, for the amount payable, the discount rate if you will pay on January 31 is 3% kasi ika-9th day siya from January 22. So, that is within 15 days. That's why we use the 3% discount. Then, substituting the values from our given values sa given problem, then we will have 24,120 multiplied by the quantity of 1 minus 0.03. Simplifying this one, will come up with 23,396.4. So, that's it for letter A. Letter B, if the invoice is paid on February 20, how much is to be paid? So, still, we're looking for the amount payable. And we will still use 24,120 for the net price since we have the same problems pa din naman. 1 minus the discount rate. So, we cannot use 3% automatic kasi we are not yet sure if February 20 is within that 15-day period. So, i-check nyo pa din ulit kung ilang days ba yung lilipas from January 22 up to February 20. Walang ibang way para ma-identify natin yon by counting. So, magka-count lang talaga tayo. So, ngayon, di ba kanina, para hindi tayo mahirapan, teknikan natin. From January 22 to 31, we already have 9 days. So, from January 22 to January 31, we have 9 days. Ngayon, from February 1 to February 20, obviously, we have 20 days. Right? So, adding this two, we will come up with 29 days. So, ibig sabihin, 29 days yung lilipas from January 22 to February 20. Dahil 29 days, we cannot give a 3% discount. Bakit? Kasi nga, it's past the 15-day range or 15-day na allowable period. So, saan ngayon magfo-fall yung 29? Dito na sa second na term. Okay po? Bakit? Kasi yung 29 days is within the 30-day period na mabibigyan ka ng 1% na discount. So, instead of using 3, we will use 1% na discount rate if you will pay on February 20. Again, uulitin ko. So, bakit naging 1% yung discount rate na gagamitin natin? Kasi nga po, yung lumipas na araw from January 22 to February 20 ay 29 days. Ngayon, kung hindi nyo nasundan kanina kung paano ko kinuha, bilangin ninyo, January 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, hanggang umabot kayo ng February 20, or you can use your calendars in your calculator, then you count it one by one. Walang ibang shortcut na way kung hindi magbibilang. So, from January 22 up to February 20, we have 29 days. So, ngayon, going back to our terms, hindi na applicable si 3% na discount kasi sabi, ibibigay siya if nasa 15-day range ka or 15 days yung period from the invoice date. So, wala na to. Hindi na natin magagamit si 315. Saan ngayon papasok yung 29 days? Dito sa pangalawang term na ibinigay na 130. Now, within 30 days, they will give you a 1% na discount. So, yung 29 natin, pasok dun sa within the 30-day period. Ibig sabihin, yung discount rate for February 20 ay 1%. Okay? Pagka hindi pa din na-gets, edi mag-chat na lang po. Sasagutin ko po ang inyong mga katanungan. So, we cannot use 1%. We have to change this to decimal number. And 1% is 0.01 in decimal. So, we will use 0.01 here. Let me erase that one. Para hindi makagulo. So, having this one, we can directly solve for this one in your calculator. So, we will have 24,120 open parentheses 1 minus 0.01 close parentheses, then equal sign. S to D ulit, then we will come up with 23,878.8. Pwedeng ganito na, direct, walang problema. Pero if you want a step-by-step solution, we solve for 1 minus 0.01 first, and obviously that is 0.99. Pero kung gusto nyo pa din i-calculate, then you may. So, multiplying 24,122 and 0.99, the answer is still 23,878.8. So, for letter C, If the invoice is paid on March 22, how much is to be paid? So we're still looking for the amount payable and we still have the same net price na 24,120 multiplied by 1 minus. Hindi natin ngayon alam kung ano yung discount rate pa na gagamitin natin. So, from the given terms. So, ganun ulit. Same with letter A and letter B. We have to count the number of days from January 22, which is our invoice date, up to March 22. Ngayon, if you're having a hard time na magbilang, pwede namang gumamit ng iba't ibang techniques. So, ako, comfortable ako with, alam ko na from February, sige, let's start with January 22 to 31, kasi yun yung kanina. From January 22 up to January 31, we have 9 days. Yun yung binilang natin kanina. Then, from February, sa February, if it is not stated on the problem, if that is under a leap year, it's safe to say na we have 28 days. We have 28 days. Tapos, March 1 to 22, obviously, we have 22 days. So, ang gagawin ko lang is i-add ko tong lahat. So, adding those, we have 9 plus 28 plus 22. 9 plus 28 plus 22. We have 59 days. Pero kung hindi nyo ito masundan, pwede namang ang gawin, you get the calendar in your cellphone, tapos you count how many days from January 22 to March 22, isa-isa. Pwede din naman, walang problema kung masipag kayo. Or pwede nyo nga siyang lagyan ng technique, kagaya nung ginagawa ko na bilangin nyo kada month. Kasi obviously, yung February, makukuha mo yung buong month. And then, sa 22 to January 22 to 31, 9 days lang. Tas from March 1 to 22, obviously, that's 22 days. So, adding 9, 28, 22 will come up with 59 days. So, ibig sabihin, 59 days yung lilipas from January 22 to March 22. So, going back to the terms, hindi na siya applicable sa 315 kasi nga, etong 3% applicable lang siya within 15 days. Lagpas na nga, 59 days na nga. So, wala na. Next, is it still applicable for term na 130? Hindi na din. Kasi, 30 days lang siya from January 22. 59 days yung lilipas from January 22 to March 22. So, ibig sabihin, hindi ka na mabibigyan ng 1% na discount. Ano na lang yung natitira? N60. Nang ibig sabihin, wala nang maibibigay na discount at after 60 days, you have to pay na kasi due date na yon. So, 59 days is within this period. So, ibig sabihin, wala ka nang marireceive na discount rate. And, anong number ang nagsisignify sa wala? Edi, 0. So, simplifying this one, we'll have 24,120 kasi 1 minus 0 is 1 multiplied by 24,120 will still come up with 4,120. So, if you will pay on March 22, wala ka ng discount, you have to pay the whole net price na 24,120 kasi 59 days yung lilipas from January 22 up to March 22. So, that's it for number